Hello, my name is Melanie Nowotny, and this is my key assessment project. The three data-driven research-based assessment instruments I chose is using diagnostic reading measures, using measures of written language, and using measures of social and emotional behavior. First, using diagnostic reading measures. Because reading skills are fundamental to success in our society, their development should be closely monitored. When necessary, diagnostic tests should be administered and results should be used to inform instructional adjustments that can be made to address specific aspects of reading with which the student struggles. Why do we administer these diagnostic reading tests? Diagnostic tests are most often used at tiers 2 and 3, target and intensive levels in the multi-tiered system of supports model. They are used primarily to improve two educational decisions. First, they are administered to children who are experiencing difficulty in learning to read. In this case, tests identify a student's strengths and weaknesses so that educators can plan appropriate interventions. Second, they are given to attain a student's initial or continuing eligibility for special services. Tests given for this purpose are used to compare students' achievement with the achievement of other students. Skills assessed by diagnostic reading skills. Reading comprehension, decoding skills, linguistic competence, abstract reasoning, oral reading. Here are some specific diagnostic reading tests. Comprehensive test of phonological processing, Gray oral reading test, group reading assessment and diagnostic evaluation, test of early reading ability, the test of phonological awareness, test of reading comprehension, test of silent contextual reading fluency, test of silent word reading fluency, test of word reading efficiency, Woodcock Diagnostic Reading Battery. Second, using measure of written language. There are two primary reasons for assessing written language abilities. First, well-developed written language abilities are desirable in and of themselves. The ability to express thoughts and feelings through writing is a goal of most individuals. Second, written language is regularly taught in school, and this area singled out for assessment in Individuals with Disability Education Act. Written and oral language tests are administered for purposes of screening, instructional planning, and modification, eligibility, and process monitoring. Those who have difficulties with various aspects of written language are often eligible for specific special services from special education teachers and related services personnel. The ways in which expression is taught. Written expression is taught. This figure shows the four major communication processes, the input being oral comprehension listening and written comprehension reading. The output would be oral expression, speaking, and written expression, writing. The four major communication processes are oral comprehension, which is listening and comprehending speech, written comprehension, which is reading, oral expression, which is speaking, and written expression. Because many skills involved in written expression build on those involved in other three communication processes, typically school personnel with specialized training speech and language development focus on assessment of oral comprehension and oral expression, and those with specialized training in academic development focus on written comprehension, which is reading, and written expression. Here's a few specific diagnostic writing tests. Oral and written language skills, test of early written language, test of written language, test of written spelling. Using measures of social and emotional behavior. Social and emotional functioning often plays an important role in the development of student academic skills. When students either lack or fail to demonstrate a certain repertoire of expected behavioral, coping, and social skills, their academic learning can be hindered. Why do we assess social and emotional adaptive behavior? There are two major reasons for assessing social, emotional, and adaptive behavior. One being identification and classification, and two, intervention planning. First, some disabilities are defined in part by inappropriate behavior. For example, the regulations for implementing the Individuals with Disability Education Act describe in general terms that the types of inappropriate behavior that are indicative of emotional disturbance and autism. Second, assessment of social, emotional, and adaptive behavior may lead to appropriate intervention. For students whose disabilities are defined by behavioral problems, the need for intervention is obvious. However, the development and demonstration of social and coping skills and the reduction of problem behavior are worthwhile goals for any students. Both during and after intervention, behaviors are monitored and assessed to learn whether the treatment has been successful and the desired behavior has generalized. These are three ways of assessing social, emotional, and adaptive behavior. One being interview techniques, two, situational measures, three, rating scales. Here are some commonly used measures of social emotional behavior. Achenbach system of empirically based assessment, Asperger's syndrome, diagnostic scales, behavioral and emotional rating scale, behavior assessment system for children, behavior rating profile, Gilliam-Asperger's disorder, Gilliam autism rating scale, social skills improvement system rating scales, temperament and atypical behavioral skill. Thank you.